Welcome to the Freud's Angels weekly reading, bringing the collective guidance and understanding for this week's energy.
Remember, never give your power up to a reader or a reading. You always have the power of autonomy.
Hey, angels, welcome to your weekly reading. We are reading from April 19th through the 25th. Like, dude, we're almost over.
Seriously. I'm like, what?
Like, I haven't packed a thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have much time left. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah.
Oh, friends. Anyways, we're recording this on a non-normal record day. And so we're both kind of like, well, I don't know how this is going to go. So we're here, we're present, we're going to bring the cards and bring any messages that come through. But just know that if you're like, what is happening to them? We're really just like, what?
Yeah, we're just kind of doing it because of course it's me who wakes up at 5:00 in the morning the other day and goes, you can't record on the 19th. The girls are going to be here for hockey and you have a hockey game. And I'm like, first of all, 5:00 in the morning, we totally could have done this at 9. Why is this happening?
That piece of memory surfaces and it's like,
yeah. Exactly. Like, God, I wish my brain would work like that during the day, but no,
Right.
it does not. So I had to do that. And then I was playing hockey this weekend also, but then I wasn't playing hockey today. And it's just a whole, here we are. We're just doing it.
Here we are.
Here we are.
So what are the mermaids telling us?
So this is very interesting because I had picked up the deck and I've been using my deck more often. I've been using it every day. I've been going back to the basics of what I know keeps me grounded. You know, I get up in the morning, I come over and I light my candle and I sage and look at my vision board and just kind of spend a moment with myself. So I've started pulling cards. So the mermaids and I have been, we've been talking, but when I grabbed them to do this, I started to look and shuffle and there was one that was already flipped. So I said, all right, I guess this is the one that this is our first one. And it is the Solitude card, which makes me laugh because literally yesterday I had a conversation with the woman who actually asked me to play in the hockey tournament this past weekend. And we were just talking about how weird it is to kind of not know anybody or have friends unless they're people we know from our activities, mostly hockey. That's how obviously I know her. And also in my own therapy session this last week, I was talking about social stuff and about how I've just been in this weird place of saying I kind of like my solitude, but I keep looking at past versions of me who didn't love solitude. And it's been very weird to try to figure out what is real and what is not, if that makes sense. And I know that we grow and I know that we change, but to me, it's so drastic when I look at that it feels like what you do, when something seems drastic, you check in with yourself. Are you actually okay or are you not? Because this is wildly different. And I talked about my social skills and just feeling like I just don't know how to hang out anymore. I don't know how to just casually hang out and chat. I don't really tell stories and all that. I've been listening or paying attention when I'm in groups of people. And it's like I'm just kind of there listening. Every now and then I'll throw out a one-liner, I'll laugh. But when it comes to me wanting to tell a story, I don't, and it was very interesting for me. So this has been this solitude thing has been I guess great for me because I've been thinking about it, but for the collective, I feel like our relationship with solitude is the thing to be calling into question right now. And some of the programming around solitude, because that is usually where all of this comes from. The whole introvert, extrovert, ambivert conversation to me seems really weird now because it feels like the label doesn't matter as much as the feeling and whether or not we like it. My daughter doesn't really want to hang out with people, and people are like, "Oh my God, she needs." I'm like, I don't think she does. I think she needs to do what she wants to do, and I think I do too. And we're kind of cool with our little cocoon right now, and the very few people that we actually spend time with, and that's it. So that's what I feel like this mermaid is coming here to tell us or to ask us is to really think about our relationship with solitude, to really think about what we want versus what we've been programmed to do or perform and sit with that.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Well, how we do that is to surrender to non-action.
Love
Now
that
is the
for
time.
us.
Yeah. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. And I think, as you were talking, I was like, yeah, like this weekend, I just got back from a trip to Chicago, and this weekend I've just stacked my weekend, and I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Like, there was no downtime. There was no like time. I'm like grateful for work tomorrow because I don't have to do anything and go anywhere. I just sit at my
Yeah.
desk. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
downtime.
Feel that.
Yeah, and I think it's, we are in, and it's hard. And here's the rub, right? We are in the fire horse year. It is Aries season. It is all about movement. It is Mars went into Aries. It is all about blowhards. It is all about like just, and all of a sudden it's like we're needing to be non-action because we get overwhelmed with all this fire energy. And so it's that, how do I do that? Like, what is it that, like, I don't know how to not move. Like, and I felt that way. I felt like the horse in the gates at a race, waiting to be set free and to gallop away. But I think that, yeah, this is definitely a lesson, and channeling all of that need to move into different places, like whatever it is, whether it's movement in a creative way, whether you're a workout person and you go and it's a focus of working out, whatever it is. But I think the non-action is feels more towards like healing, create, like the dreams, like the entrepreneur, the business, like less action there and more non-action in the place to give you time to be creative. One of the things that I had a conversation with somebody, I said, when we don't sit in creativity and we don't like give ourselves time to not constantly be future projecting and constantly moving, and sit in the idea of creativity and listening to our hearts and being quiet and being calm, we miss the direction that we want to go in. We miss the cues for change. We miss the cues for what it is we want next. And see, without the creativity, without the pause, without the calm, without the whatever, we're out of balance.
Yeah.
And we're not operating from our heart, right? We're operating from, this is what I got to do, mental, just move forward moment. And so the way to come back to the balance of heart and mind, heart and soul, is to be still, have moments of quiet, find the creativity that makes you, maybe it's just reading a good book. Maybe it's just watching your favorite cooking show, right? Whatever it may be, it's required for us to be balanced in our external life, right? So that when we're creating our dreams or we're living our lives, we're not living it directly from the programming that we've received.
Yeah.
It's how we break the cycles, break the programming, is we have that balance. And it's easy because we have this thought, I didn't need to be responsible. I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I get it. But there are times where we need to sit in the creativity and say, oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, that's exactly true. I mean, as you were saying it, I was like, oh yeah, the other part of my life, which I'm trying to burn down. And because we all know that my relationship with Aries energy is rough.
Yes.
Is very rough. It does make me want to burn things down. It's different than my Leo energy, which
Right.
is also chaotic, but the Aries energy is very angsty, and I'm just like, it's all gotta go. And that's where I've been at. Is I just woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna rebrand everything. I'm just done with all of it, and everything, all of it's gonna change. And I wanted to do it right away. I sat down and I started taking things down, and then I started trying to brainstorm new names for stuff and what is it like, and I'm journaling who I am and what I do for people and all this, and it was just all this really fierce action, which is not my favorite thing. So of course I abandoned it because I was like, this is hard and I hate it. But that's what I needed to do, because what I need really to do is sit with myself, like you were saying, sit with myself. Like, what is happening with you right now, with you personally? What do you feel when you're just hanging out, when you're just sitting here? What feels like you pushed out?
Yeah.
It's different than what your brain tells you. You know, when I look back at my last rebrand, I know that that was brain based. I know why I was doing it, and I don't regret it whatsoever. But nothing really happened with it, and nobody cared, myself included. And I'm like, yeah, that's because that just came from the brain. So let's go back and see. Let's just go back and see. And that does mean not doing anything yet. Don't touch it. Just sit with it, stare at it, even if that's what you got to do, and stop consuming all the content, and stop, just trying to push, because that's me when I am in this energy, is just pushing, right? And that inaction word is triggering, but what is action is so variable based on what you feel, right? Because I don't think of thinking as inaction, but it isn't doing anything either. So like when you were talking about it, I was like, what is my relationship with the word inaction? Does it mean doing nothing? Doing nothing with your hands? Like I was like having a whole experience there. So yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of people need right now anyway, because of the world, because of our belief systems, because of a lot of social structures like really slapping us in the face right now. We're needing to sit with ourselves and go, wow, dude, okay, all of that stuff that's programmed, what? Is that okay? Do I love that for me? Or do I need to feel something different so then I can create something different? Because that's what we got to do. We got to feel it first. And
Yeah.
again, like that was what I had to tell myself. I was like, girl, you don't feel any of this. You feeling fire. So you're gonna create fire. And that's not you. So sit.
Yeah.
It'll come. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And I think when we talk about fire energy, if you look at Chinese astrology, one of the recommendations of fire energy during the fire horse year is to immerse yourself in water. Have water, like whether it's a water fountain, drink lots of water, whether you're near water, you go visit a stream or creek or river or lake, it's like being near water, it helps tempers the fire.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
so,
know that for me. Like,
yeah.
and I've been spilling water, which means shit's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, for
So,
sure.
if you're feeling like overwhelmed and overstimulated, go take a shower, go take a bath, like go be in water somehow, because that is definitely going to give you a bit of a balance. It's going to create the space to have non-action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Our numerology card this week is karmic completion.
Ooh.
And so, if you think about the karmic completion, I mean, everybody has their own definition, which is perfect. But it feels like there's a sense of, like, with the non-action, with the solitude card. Is that what the card, solitude?
Yep.
Okay. In my head it was, but God only knows that was reality.
Right.
It's the idea of, you don't need to continue forward trying to heal, shift, or pay this karmic debt or whatever. This lesson, this moment, this process in your life is complete. And the best way to do that is to let it go, to give yourself the pause after the completion before you move forward with whatever else you're going to do. But it's like that, it's the Wheel of Fortune, right? If you think about the Wheel of Fortune and the tarot card, it's a cycle. It goes around. And so this idea of, what the ebb and flow of the tide, right? It goes out, but it comes back in. But this is a moment to just be like, okay, whatever karmic lesson you've been working on, whether you're conscious of it or not, is like that sense of like, it's complete. It's complete.
I feel that. I really do feel that.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I don't care about certain stuff anymore. I'm like, ooh, I guess I'm done.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I think like some bold decisions, kind of reflect, I traveled for work this last week, and being in that space and noticing how much I was different versus how I was the last time I went was like this big indication of like, oh yeah, you've really shifted. You've really worked on some things. You really understand how to self-support, to not go into some of the mental and emotional spaces you go in normally. So yeah, super important. So our money card, my ideal clients find me and work with me with ease.
Totally. I got 2 new clients last week, actually. And because I asked for them.
Nice.
I said, I need 2 new ones because 2 left. They were done, or not done, but like they needed to slow down. And I said, ooh, then give me 2 more. Randoms. Got randoms, as always.
Which is beautiful. So the astrology this week is a little volatile.
Oh.
Not that it hasn't not been volatile since Mars entered Aries on the 9th of April. But this week, so we have what's called a stellium. That means there's a block party in a sign. And so Aries, there's a block party in Aries right now. And I know. So it's like there's a lot of planets connected and conjunct and in the same sign. And that wreaks havoc, especially when it's Aries, because it's all fucking inflamed if you think about it. And we have a new moon in Aries. We've had it on the 17th, because by the time you hear this, we've had it on the 17th, which 3 days before and after we'll feel that energy. But Mars conjunct Saturn is happening today on the 19th. So this is like the frustration. This is like just feeling like, because Saturn, the god of Kronos, is about rules. It's about boundaries. It's about, that sense of structure that we need. And Mars just wants to burn everything down. And so there's a little bit of like this like heady moment of Saturn coming in and saying, no, I know you want to set this ablaze, but no, this is something we keep. We don't burn this down. And because when you're in Mars energy, you're in think of Sherman's march through the South. It just lit everything on fire. It didn't have any discretion about what that thing was. He just lit everything on fire. Don't ask me why I went to the Civil War, but there it goes. And so when we're in that Mars energy, well, because actually, I know why, because a lot of the dates and a lot of the things that are happening this year are very similar to the astrology of when the Civil War was happening.
Yeah.
So I've been deep into that. So anyways, I digress. So when you think about long-term consistency, right? Mars wants to burn everything down, but Saturn's going to come in and say, no. This is what we really want. Just because it's not working right now, just because we may not have the answer right now, does not mean we need to burn it down. It just means we need to wait a little bit longer. We need to get non-active. We need to be in solitude. We need to find the peace, let the lesson die, and then we can move forward. And so it's that temperance, I think, a little bit of that Mars energy. Saturn's going to come in and create that buffer, which will create frustration, because we all know Mars doesn't like to be told what to do. So so and right today as well, Venus enters Taurus. Venus is exalted in Taurus. It is the sign of it is the planet of Taurus. And so, you might think that you might step into the idea of like, I don't know, comfort, stability, solidity. And I think with this Mars Saturn things, while it's going to feel disruptive, it's going to help support what it is you need to keep and not burn down. And it's going to help create that foundation. My natal Venus is in Taurus, so I'm all about that signature. I am just, I love it when Venus goes back to Taurus. So and this week, happy birthday, Tauruses. It's your season. It's coming. I'll be glad to get into earth energy rather than fire energy, because Tebel fire, like in Chinese astrology, you have the fire horse year, and then in the Hellenistic astrology, you have the, Aries and all that. So kind of done. Kind of done.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely in surrender because of it, because I'm like, wow, like, this is a lot. I'm feeling a lot. I want to do things I don't like normally do. So do nothing.
Yes. Yeah. I decided to stack my plate so full that I'm having one of these moments that it's like, okay, Grace, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? So yeah. Yeah. Remember, astrology is meant to inform us, not to direct us, but it helps to know what's happening so that you don't think you're losing your ever-loving mind. Yeah. And that you're not just, you've lost the plot. So you're not. Things are really hot right now. Things are really heated. So much action in Aries. There's Neptune in there. There's so much.
And collective energy. I mean, I just feel like, because I'm the same way. If I'm not really paying attention to what's going on and my energy shifts because it, like there's something going on in my chart even, I don't know. I'm directing that energy out without knowing. So I'm not transmuting it. I'm not changing it. I'm just freaking beaming it. Right. And so there's a lot of people doing that right now because they're just feeling it and beaming it and feeling it and beaming it. So we feel that too, unfortunately, especially those of us that are energy sensitive. Like last week was not an okay week in my business. And I was like, oh, Lord have mercy. My clients are not okay. I'm not okay. The world is not okay. What do we do now?
We're not okay.
We just chill. Like to don't accept all of that energy inside your body. That's what you do.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, cool. Friends, have a lovely week. Hold on to your hats. Go take a shower or take a bath or go jump in a lake somewhere if the weather is permitting. Bring in some water to temper that fire energy that we're experiencing. Yeah. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, love you. Thanks for listening.
We hope we gave you something to support your journey.
Check out our Facebook or Instagram page to connect with us.
Have a great week.